Hello and welcome to News9 Live. Tamil Nadu BJP President K Annamalai and the ruling DMK are at loggerheads, and many would say yet again. But this time around, after the controversial leader released the DMK Files alleging corruption charges against the ruling party in the state. The ruling party has meanwhile issued a legal notice against the state BJP chief over his graft allegations against the party and particularly its president, MK Stalin. The Dravida Munneta Kazhagam has demanded an apology and damages to the tune of 500 crores. Meanwhile, General Secretary of AIADMK Edappadi K Palaniswami, also once Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, the party, which is of course in alliance with the BJP in Tamil Nadu, nearly ridiculed K Annamalai and his claims when asked about the DMK files. EPS also added that he was ready to answer any questions from the media, but if it involved matured politicians. So it's very clear now. It's now split wide open between the AIADMK and BJP in Tamil Nadu. Now, compared to EPS, who has had a 50-year-long journey in Tamil Nadu politics, Annamalai's rise from a cop to a politician has been recent, but nevertheless impressive. Take a look.
Tamil Nadu, the citadel of Dravidian politics for nearly 6 decades. It is home to over 6 crore Tamil speakers. It has not been ruled by a national party in over 5 decades. The state has aggressively kept national parties at bay. The stronghold of charismatic regional leaders like the DMK's CN Annadurai or Anna, MG Ramachandran, M Karunanidhi and J Jayalalitha. But the BJP has now identified Tamil Nadu as its final frontier. And Palaniswami Annamalai is the man for the job.
The 2024 election, it is going to determine 2 things. One, 3 years of DMK rule, people are going to measure by their words. 10 years of our rule, they are going to measure.
He has emerged as a leader. His acceptance will come during the Lok Sabha election. If he wins a few seats in the Lok Sabha, I think Annamalai, the leader, would have arrived.
Today, for the youth of Tamil Nadu, they're able to relate themselves. They're able to identify themselves. They're able to connect very well with the current leader of BJP, Sri Annamalai.
மீனவ சமுதாய இளைஞர்களுக்கு அண்ணாமலை அவர்கள் ஒரு மிகுந்த உற்சாகத்தையும் முன்மாதிரியாகவும் அவர் செயல்பட்டு கொண்டு இருக்கிறாரு.
Tamil Nadu has been ruled by charismatic, larger-than-life heroes for over 50 years. The cult culture has deified movie stars such as MGR, Jayalalitha and artist-writers such as M Karunanidhi. But K Annamalai is a working-class hero.
He communicates very directly, he uses simple language, and then he breaks down even complicated stuff into a layman's language.
An educated, articulate millennial, an always-on-the-move go-getter. He's the opponent no Dravidian politician asked for. To watch him in action means witnessing large-scale protests, impromptu press conferences and mega rallies across Tamil Nadu.
He's young, he's active, dynamic, and he is throwing down the gauntlet. He's taking on the DMK almost every other day.
But who is K Annamalai? And what makes him the new hero of Tamil Nadu politics? 38-year-old K Annamalai is the Tamil Nadu state president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He was appointed to the top post in July 2021. An engineer come IIM Lucknow graduate, Annamalai joined the Indian Police Service in 2011. As a young officer, he started cracking the whip without hesitation. He made headlines for his role in tackling the 2017 riots in Karnataka's Chikmagalur. So popular was Annamalai in the district that his transfer led to protests. By then, he was already being called the real-life Singham.
That was then, as in Kupuswamy Annamalai's rise. And now, things are different, particularly when it comes to Edappadi Palaniswami, the party, which is in alliance with the BJP. Let's listen into what EPS said and also others on the issue.
ஏங்க அவரை பத்தியே பேசிட்டு இருக்கீங்க இப்படி பேசி தாங்க ஒரு பெருசராகிறாரு நீங்க அவரை பத்தியே பேச வேண்டாம் அவர் வந்து கட்சி நாங்க வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட நான் 50 வருஷம் ஆகுது கட்சியில என்ன நடக்கும் ஏது நடக்குன்னு தெரியும் அவர் இப்படி பேட்டி கொடுத்து பெருசாகணும்னு நினைக்கிறாரு தயவு செய்து அவருடைய கேள்வி என்கிட்ட கேட்காதீங்க தயவு செய்து அவருடைய கேள்வி என்கிட்ட கேட்காதீங்க வேற எந்த கட்சியாவது கேளுங்க ஏன்னா கட்சியில் இருக்கிறவங்க அடிப்படை தன்மை தெரியும் அப்படிப்பட்டவங்களை கேட்டால் நாங்கள் பதில் சொல்ல தயாராகிறோம் அதை விட்டுட்டு தன்னை முன்னிலைப்படுத்தணும் அதுக்காக இப்படிலாம் நீங்கள் 10 கேள்வி கேட்குறீங்க பாரு இப்படி ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்லிட்டு இதுக்கு 10 கேள்வி கேட்குறீங்க இது எங்களை போல இருக்கிற தலைவர் சொல்ல வேண்டிய நிலவுக்கு வந்துட்டோம் தயவு செய்து இனிமேல் கேட்க வேண்டாங்க வந்து நம்முடைய ஊடக நண்பர் பத்திரிகை தெரிவிக்கிறேன் இன்னைக்கு முதிர்ந்த அரசியல்வாதிகளை சொல்லுங்க நாங்கள் பதில் சொல்லிட்டேன்
Already our party leader, Mr. R.S. Bharati, has responded to it. Thank you.
I have tweeted today the pictures and the Mr. MK Stalin shared with the Noble Steel people, saying that they have entered into MOU 4,000 crores. And as far as the other accusations are concerned, they have not given any right answers. Rather, they are very particular in taking another 500 crores, whereas we have mentioned 1,34,000 crores. I think they are not satisfied enough with that money, so they want another 500 crores. That shows their hunger for money. And that is why Mr. Annamalai has very clearly said, our president, that unnecessarily dragging his name into this Arudra issue. They are not able to collect the money, they are not able to solve the case. Instead, they are trying to pinpoint that Mr. Annamalai and other office bearers of in our party.
Let's now expand the discussion. Joining me to speak more on this is JVC Sriram, author and political analyst. Sriram, welcome to the show. Sriram, it is gloves off now. You know, after what Edappadi said, you know, that do not ask me about him. I will answer any question, provided it's about some mature politician. Don't you think that this, so are they together, are they not, is it a marriage of convenience? All this has now been put to rest. Edappadi is very clear that maybe he wants to have no truck with the BJP, or let us say with K Annamalai.
See, I think this particular dialogue of saying that I have respect for Modi ji, I want to deal with Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, I have great relationship with Delhi BJP, and then saying that I'm not going to talk about Mr. Annamalai is basically not the right thing to do. Why? I'll tell you it is not the right thing to do. Basically because you say that I respect Modi ji, but I don't respect Modi ji's decision. Because the person who has decided that Annamalai should lead BJP from the front in Tamil Nadu is none other than Shri Narendra Modi. As a result of which, even in the last 2 months, if you look at the kind of statements which Mr. Annamalai has been making, and he has said our path has to be a separate path. Our path has to be the path of a lion, a singam. All these are statements which have really hurt the AIADMK. And I, for one, have been debating with several AIADMK leaders in the TV channels locally. And I have told them in point blank manner and asked them the question, if you are not willing to respect Mr. Annamalai and if you cannot digest the growth of Annamalai in Tamil Nadu and in BJP, why don't you walk out of the alliance? What is stopping you from walking out of the alliance?
Right.
They have been absolutely mum on that question.
Right. Sriram,
I have thrown it personally.
Yeah. Sriram, but you know, if about, breaking away from the alliance, a month ago, Annamalai was very clear. He says, we are not cage parrot. We want to fly in the open skies. We do not want to be constrained by any party. Almost hinting that there is a big brother attitude of its alliance partner, that being AIADMK. Also, a lot of people are reading that when Annamalai says that so far as corruption is concerned, yes, I have released DMK files, but then I am not going to keep mum about several other Dravidian parties who are also corrupt. Do you think that in some way or the other, he is also gunning for certain leaders of the AIADMK, Sriram, and therefore the paranoia?
It's not about the gunning for AIADMK leaders. It is to, in fact, is to understand that AIADMK has ruled Tamil Nadu more than the DMK has ruled. AIADMK has been as much involved in corruption as much as DMK has been involved in. The tallest leader of AIADMK, Ms. Jayalalitha, unfortunately, after her expiry, after her death, she had been convicted as the accused number one. And the leaders of AIADMK have been prosecuted and convicted. As a result of which, if Annamalai is going to speak about corruption, and if he is going to be selective and choosing only DMK and keep mum about AIADMK, then the people of Tamil Nadu are going to certainly ask a question. In fact, DMK leader, former member of parliament, Mr. PKS Ilangovan, went on record saying that if Annamalai is going to publish the DMK files, he should also publish the AIADMK files. In fact, those kind of questions came out from the DMK stable itself. As a result of which, it's not about gunning for leaders. It's about if you are truthful, if you say that I have integrity and I'm fighting against corruption, it has to be a full-blown war on corruption.
Right.
It cannot be an half-measured and half-baked tactic, which Annamalai knows.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I totally agree. But which means, Sriram, willy-nilly, the alliance is over. It's a final exit, as it were. You can't stay in an alliance and then say, listen, I'm also going to, I mean, Mr. Ilangovan, great leader, but the point is still in the opposition so far as AIADMK and BJP both are concerned. You can't say, I will stay in an alliance, but I'm going to charge you with all corruption. I mean, that seems like a very strange thing to do. So, which means, Sriram, the alliance is over in so far as the AIADMK and the BJP in Tamil Nadu is concerned.
See, let me tell you one thing. In fact, I have been reiterating this particular point for the last more than a month now in regional channels and also in the national channels, that BJP on its own has never thrown any party out of the NDA. It is the individual parties who have walked out of NDA, which started off from AIADMK, unfortunately. The first party to walk out of the NDA was AIADMK in 1999. Then in 2004, DMK walked out. Then in 2005, TDP walked out.
Right.
And again, history is known to everybody. I don't have to repeat all these things. So it is now imperative upon the AIADMK, because if they are going to go alone in 2024, who is their prime minister face? Whom are they going to ally with? Now, these are very important questions, pertinent questions, because he became the general secretary of the party, Edappadi Palaniswami. Now, after becoming the general secretary of the party, he has to prove himself because he has been facing continuous defeats. So that which you must be aware of. 2019, right. 2021, yes. 2022. And all these times he was blaming that internal party rivalry. He was blaming the alliance with AIADMK, yes. BJP and all those things. Now he doesn't have any excuse.
Yeah.
He has burnt all the bridges. So now, if he were to go alone, just a minute. If he were to go alone, now, who would be the PM candidate? Jayalalitha asked Modiya, Ladia. Can Edappadi ask Modiya, Padiya? He can't.
Right.
That's the dilemma.
Yeah.
That's where he's now on he is actually, what do I say? He has been sabotaged. He doesn't have any route to go. And now he's looking at calculations. He
But
started.
sure. I mean, I totally lend credence to what you're saying, Sriram. But the point is, if you look at through the prism of longevity, AIADMK has a much strong ground than the BJP in Tamil Nadu. I'm not saying Annamalai, Sriram. I am saying as party to party, I'm sure that Edappadi knows that his party has more of a strength on the ground. Let me come back to you. KV Lakshmanan, senior journalist, is also joining us, but on the phone line. Mr. Lakshmanan, I want to ask you, with this Edappadi Palaniswami's comment that asked me any question, but asked me about mature politicians actually ridiculing, K Annamalai, do you think the so-called alliance between the two parties is now off? One should take it as history. Can you hear me, Mr. Lakshmanan? I think there seems to be, yeah, he can. Oh, there seems to be some kind of a problem. Let me go back to Sriram. Meanwhile, even as we connect KV Lakshmanan. Sriram, I want to know that, look at this. I mean, I'm still like, you went back to history, and unless you respect history, you will be a farce very soon. The point is that he made it very clear, K Annamalai recently, that, there is, saying almost that there is suffocation, so it doesn't want to be part of this. Also, we saw what happened in Erode. After that, he said, I'm going to reveal the kind of corruption which was there in Erode. Overall, when he says that, I would rather go alone and be a karyakarta, that is worker of the BJP, than to ally with someone, it seems that both sides are not happy with each other. It seems to be a breakdown of an alliance. So, what is this entire thing of putting up this front? Because ideologically also, and I know, they are on opposing poles completely.
Exactly. See, I think I know how to take it forward a little bit. The AIADMK, which was there pre-Jayalalitha, is not the AIADMK today. The AIADMK, which was there in 2021 under the leadership of Edappadi, is not the AIADMK today, because he was the chief minister. Being in power is a different story altogether. Now in South, we do not even know how much ADMK has got support. But my tracker, in fact, I have been telling from January 7, 2022, that Annamalai is gaining traction in the southern part of Tamil Nadu, and AIADMK is declining. In Kongu, we are just seeing, because in Kongu, it's still an AIADMK dominated region.
Yes.
It would be foolish to say that BJP has replaced AIADMK in Kongu region, but we have one more year. And the election for 2024 is going to be for who is going to be the Prime Minister of this country. It is not going to be about who is going to be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Sure.
As a result of which, Annamalai wants to achieve multiple things through this strategy. Number one, he wants to know how much BJP has really grown after his entry as the president of the BJP Tamil Nadu unit. And you will not know your strength unless otherwise you are able to contest on an alliance which is headed by you, not by somebody else.
Yeah.
If you are a minor partner in an alliance, you will never know your strength.
So, yeah. So,
either you should contest alone, or you should be the head of the alliance.
Yeah, Sriram, I want...
As a result of which, and he also feels AIADMK, without the presence of the tall Muskulator leaders, this is the time to call the bluff.
Right.
And probably come to the number 2 position.
But, tell me something, Sriram. Weak partner, strong partner, upper hand, lower hand, no hand. In all this, that question, that moot question keeps coming back. What made Edappadi in full public glare, in front of the media, to nearly ridicule Annamalai in that fashion? What do you think it is?
I have met Mr. Edappadi. I have been privy to certain information. I do not want to, it will not be right on my part to reveal what happened in a conversation with Mr. Edappadi Palaniswami. But I can tell you for sure that Mr. Edappadi Palaniswami considers Annamalai as his rival. He considers that probably Annamalai is a kind of a leader who comes from the same community as he is coming from the same region as he is coming from, is a threat to Mr. Edappadi. I don't think that should be the way Mr. Edappadi Palaniswami, a
But they
seasoned
are alliance
politician, must
partners,
look
for
like.
God's sake,
It is
Sriram.
because
They are alliance partners. I mean, this keeps happening between allies. Look at Bihar. There is Nitish and there is Lalu Prasad. You cannot possibly pull each other down. That's what called is crab mentality, which is anyway bad for AIADMK and BJP. No, that's my entire question. It seems to be political harakiri, Sriram. I'll come back to you, Sriram. Just give me 1 minute. KV Lakshmanan is back with us on the phone line. Mr. Lakshmanan, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can now.
Yeah. So, Mr. Lakshmanan, tell me something. We are talking about the way Edappadi ridiculed Annamalai in full public glare, saying, I only speak to mature politicians. I feel this alliance now is off. The gloves are off. There is a major slugfest which is going on, and it has come to fruition that both the alliance partners go their way. Your first comments on that, Mr. Lakshmanan?
No, because as I was mentioning earlier, I went a little bit in the history to show what the BJP is generally capable of doing with its allies. And Annamalai is doing it to Edappadi. And even AIADMK realizes the more the BJP assumes an aggressive posture, it will be at their cost. So naturally, it is a natural aggression, retaliatory aggression from Edappadi, which I think at the present moment the Delhi leadership has understood, and it has come and said that alliance will continue. So regardless of whatever Annamalai says, he is of course young, aggressive, and is gaining traction, but the very same positive attributes are being seen in a negative light by the Edappadi, because the BJP, if it grows, it will be at the cost of AIADMK, which I don't think this Dravidian party will allow. So natural, because of their natural tendency to snipe at each other at the local level, yes, there is a trust deficit, as you rightly mentioned, and there may come a time when the BJP will have to reassess its position in Tamil Nadu.
Right. Now, you gave me a very good talking point, Lakshmanan. Let me take that to Sriram. Sriram, for all said and done, Edappadi proved himself, during COVID. He managed COVID very well. I'm talking about public perception. To look at Tamil Nadu today. But of course, his marriage with the BJP, a lot of political analysts felt, really proved very, very detrimental to the entire party, as it were, both the parties together in the elections. Now here comes, even as Annamalai is taking on the DMK, AIADMK is ridiculing Annamalai. What is the public perception that you are looking at? And please, Edappadi is no MGR or Jayalalitha. It is only now that he is coming into his own. This entire thing looks like it's very negative, this whole imagery.
See, I think, Mr. Lakshmanan, who spoke before me just now, I think he said very clearly. When I said Annamalai is being looked at by Edappadi as a rival, as somebody who has come to stop his growth, exactly, he did not say these words, but he meant these words. Mr. Lakshmanan meant these words, because that's what it is. We need to understand that both BJP and AIADMK are aiming for the anti-DMK votes. Tamil Nadu is a ground for anti-DMK. DMK is an highly polarizing party, and that polarizing party has got a solid support of 30%, but 70% are against them. They do not. That is the reason why DMK looks for alliance partners time and again. Now, who is going to oppose DMK bigger? Is it AIADMK or is it BJP? Today, Mr. Edappadi Palaniswami certainly looks at Annamalai as a threat to him, because Annamalai is headstrong on opposing DMK. In fact, have we seen any other leader in India coming out and saying that this is the kind of properties which these guys have got on the DMK files, and these are the details I'm willing to give, and I'm willing to face any case?
But that is what
now,
is very strange.
Too far.
Yeah, it is very strange, no, Sriram, that if he has stuff on DMK, which is the opposition party, Edappadi should be standing next to Annamalai to say, not say, oh, these are their personal assets, you know, this is nothing, ridiculing him, completely pouring water over his assets. So, you know, however much one tries to dress this up, you know, whether it is Annamalai's hegemony or it is Edappadi's trick or, you know, some kind of political strategy which I can't see, overall, I think this is really bad news for the alliance. Mr. Lakshmanan, would you agree? You can't possibly do this, you know, where a ruling dispensation, when you are attacking, both are speaking in different voices, Mr. Lakshmanan.
It is very good news for DMK. It is going to give DMK a free run.
Right.
It's going to give the DMK a free run at a time when it must be, as Annamalai has been putting some pressure. I don't know why AIADMK is holding it back. As an opposition party, to the extent that now BJP is seen as the principal opposition party because of the seeming inaction of AIADMK on the ground. And now, after Annamalai has taken off, these people are feeling, Arey, what has this happened now? We have been relegated to the second place in the opposition also.
Very good
that
point.
is where the rivalry is now playing out between them.
Right.
Which is good news for DMK.
Right. It's good news for DMK. Absolutely. That's what you think. And you know, what you said makes a lot of sense. Sriram, is it kind of rivalry to say, oh, you stole the thunder, didn't you, by exposing DMK files? Because a lot of research went into it and there was a bit of a shock when it was released. And it is just to kind of cut him down to size.
So see, AIADMK has to ask a question. Now, can I fight the 2024 elections without a Prime Minister's face? Or can I let Annamalai steal that limelight of being the principal opposition of the DMK? And look at the age. One is in the late 60s, another is in the late 30s. Now, literally, it is a choice which is people will make an obvious choice. Optics has now gone to Annamalai. Perception battle, Annamalai has won. And what will people say? Hey, you guys, AIADMK and DMK, you've been opposing each other, but when the real charges are being made, you are silent, which means you have been in a pact with DMK where you rule for 5 years, we rule for 5 years, you rule for 5 years, we rule for 5 years. Now, this will be the next logical step which Annamalai will take. And when that happens, AIADMK will be in trouble. So I hope better sense prevails and Edappadi understands the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Or he will have to lose that principal opposition space to Annamalai. And number two, I do agree that DMK may have a short-run victory, but in the long term, Annamalai will emerge as a big opposition leader against the DMK.
Yeah, Mr. Lakshmanan, do you concede with what Sriram said, that maybe Edappadi will have to cede space to Annamalai, and what you said, laughing all the way to the bank, would be, of course, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam in this. But do you think Edappadi, after 50 long years in Indian politics, is somebody who's going to cede space to Annamalai only because in 2024 they need to project a prime ministerial face? I mean, politics is not about giving away laddus.
Absolutely not. I think despite the younger enthusiastic self, Annamalai is not a person who is very much liked within the BJP also, local unit. There are several people who don't like his leadership style, and there have been complaints to the headquarters, though which at the moment seem to be backing him to the hill. But we don't know. Politics is a long game. And Edappadi, as you rightly said a little while ago, Sudha, that he is now coming into his own. His governance was he gave a good governance. Yes, the alliance politics and association with BJP perhaps cost it more dearly in the last assembly election. And you cannot write off one party like AIADMK, which has got strong history, roots, and it has got an ideological base, and party that is viewed in perception as a North Indian Hindi party in Tamil Nadu, it itself is a battle that BJP starts with a minus point in Tamil Nadu.
Right.
If it were to go alone,
Yeah.
I don't think BJP will fare very well. It is the BJP that needs an alliance partner for the
Rather than the other way around.
Lok Sabha elections.
Yes.
See, for AIADMK, if it doesn't have any MPs, it doesn't matter at all.
Exactly.
All it matters is it needs MLAs in the house.
Right.
Whereas for BJP, it needs to make up for any shortfall it may have in the north, in the Lok Sabha elections, a few more seats in the south.
Absolutely.
So
And you...
as of the moment, it is the BJP that needs an alliance.
Yes.
Which is perhaps why the central leadership has kind of smiled away or laughed away at the insistence of Annamalai that he wants to go alone.
That's right. And, you know, I also Mr. Modi's, you know, look south policy now. I mean, you look at the kind of focus he gives Tamil Nadu, the language, the culture.
He keeps trying to speak wearing a vesti and mundu.
He wears a vesti, you know, and we see that, you know, let me concede also the Kashi Tamil Sangamam, etc., etc.
Yes.
One prime minister, I mean, let's give him the due here. I think he's one, I mean, not only because I'm a Tamil, but you know, one prime minister who's given a lot of attention to Tamil Nadu is Narendra Modi. Sriram, that brings me to the question that, you know, on the one hand, look at it, he's giving it a lot of attention. You know, Tamil seems to be right on the top of his agenda. He's full of praise for us, you know, for our culture, for our language. But on the other hand, look at what is happening on the ground. Because ideologically, the BJP has historically been against Dravidian ideology. You look at the pre-Annamalai era, Vetrivel Yatra, we all remember. Vinayak Chaturthi, we all remember. Both of them looking in different directions. Even now, when it comes to brass tacks, Sriram, whether it is in national education policy, whether it is Hindi imposition or rather acceptance of Hindi, AIADMK looks in one direction and BJP in another. So ultimately, it was a very artificial coming together of two different parties or entities.
I think a lot of explanation has gone by Annamalai has given. If there is one party which has been imposing Hindi, it has been Congress. And BJP, from the time the new education policy itself has come, I think Annamalai has given a detailed 1-hour speech on his vision for Tamil Nadu, where he speaks about there is no question of Hindi imposition. Even I still remember when in a Tuklak function, the editor of Tuklak, Gurumurthy, told Annamalai that you should be supporting in the imposition. And the next week, Annamalai is asked by a reporter or a journalist, do you? He said, no, I do not support in the imposition. I'm against in the imposition. No language can be imposed on Tamilians. And it was very clear. Be it whether the Tanjavur issue about the methane and other coal mining, even to Prahlad Joshi, and got it done within hours. Or Medakattu Dam issue, when Karnataka is the co-in charge.
So you are saying he's being, Sriram,
so
sorry.
Yeah.
Sriram, so he's being vocal for local. Nationally, they will all speak about, you know, this Hindi language should be official language, it should be the language. But locally, they will sing a different tune and they will sing in Tamil, right? Is that what you're saying?
See, very simple. Very, very simple. People should be given the freedom to learn whatever language they want to learn. But people should not be imposed with any language. This is the official stand of Mr. Annamalai. I have heard it from the horse mouth,
but
not once, hundreds of times.
Sriram, we are not speaking. What I was trying to say, and I'm running out of time. Ideologically, ADMK and BJP.
Ideologically, ADMK does not have any ideology. What ideology ADMK has?
Well,
ADMK does not have any ideology.
The D before, after A, the D.
No. You should know it was a party led by Brahmins. The Dravidian Kazhagam was founded by Periyar on the basis of anti-Brahminism.
Sure.
And the party itself was led by a Brahmin leader. And this was the accusation made
as in Jayalalitha. As in Jayalalitha.
Yes,
but what about MGR?
Yes.
What about MGR? He was not a
MGR
Brahmin.
Also,
anyway,
MGR
I'm not
also,
getting
MGR
into
also
caste. not
No,
get...
no, I'm saying because of what ideology is there? There is no ideology.
I know. So
It
you're
was a
saying there is
party-
no
it was a party
ideology.
of
Let me give the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
word to
correct.
Lakshmanan. Sriram, let me just bring in Mr. Lakshmanan. Sriram, thanks. Mr. Lakshmanan, don't you think, and I started this conversation by saying that this alliance is off, maybe for optics it will stay for some time. Do you concede?
Absolutely. And also, whatever local leadership in BJP in Chennai may think, it is eventually the Modi-Shah leadership will prevail. It is in their interest that the alliance stays, so it will stay, regardless of what Annamalai thinks or doesn't think. He will have to grin and bear it. That's all. It is Edappadi who will prevail in Tamil Nadu. He is the elder brother in the alliance.
So are you saying that it's not going to really impact Edappadi and that's why he really stuck his neck out and called him immature, called Annamalai immature?
Absolutely, he knows it.
Right. So he thinks politically or even personally.
Personally, no, not personally, politically.
It's
it
not.
is the BJP that needs an alliance in Tamil Nadu to grow.
Right.
It cannot grow on its own. We have seen it in the last 50 years.
But you know, there is one thing we've seen that, you know, the kind of language that is now used in Indian politics, we've all written about it, we've all spoken about it. I just felt that this time Edappadi went a step more than what he should have done, even if he had a problem with K Annamalai. Let me thank both of you, KV Lakshmanan and also Sriram, for joining me on this broadcast. That's all we have time for. News and analysis will continue on News 9 Live. Thank you for watching.